Hello, my name is Chevalier. Welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Korea. In previous episode, well, Jing is having a bit of a revolt over here, and the revolt is actually being supported by Italy, while Jing is being supported by Japan, and we decided to stay out of that. Our economy is suffering a little bit because of that, but at least we managed to get... Oh, law process of voting. We're almost getting the better taxation law now. We're also going to get a little bit more things. Actually, did we get the explosive factory already? But there's not a lot of demand for the explosives right now, is there? No, not really. I suppose another thing that we might have to do is just get the ammunition factory going. Or munitions plant, because that's going to take explosives and lead. We got lead mine in here. If we produce the explosives locally, that's going to be pretty good. So that's going to take a little bit of time to be built. Ooh, there's the mechanized workshops. Well. So the furniture manufacturer is going to get a lot more production done then, and textile mill is going to get some more stuff done. Could potentially go for mechanized looms, but I don't think we need to reduce the worker usage in any of our buildings, really. We've got more than plenty, if you ask me. Militia shipyard, we could go for the steamships, but I don't think that's actually necessary. There's not too much that we need to actually change on any of these. Yeah, no, everything can stay as is for the time being. There we go. So we are getting a little bit more stuff done by the government building or construction, but that's honestly going to be fine. We have managed to... Did we already sell the explosive factory by chance? We did, okay. Well, there we go. That's reduced some of the debt. And fractional distillation is spreading. Oh, we got another journal entry. Let's have a look. Munitions industry. Cash reserves greater than... Oh, so it needs to be level 5 or higher. Okay, that's going to be tricky. Urbanizers Korea, we need to get more urban centers. Oh, right, so one of the states needs to have 10, that's all. Metropolitan Police, we need to get law enforcement level 5, that's probably not going to happen. Past liberalism, that's going to take a while. Corn laws, we need to get the free trade. We still haven't gotten the 4 levels of steel mills either. But that's something that we can probably start working towards soon enough. But there we go, another fishing wharf will be completed sooner. We'll get the railway done in Zhangzhou. Another safe plantation. There's still a logging camp being built by some of the Chinese as well. But yeah, while the economy will definitely suffer because of the war going on in China, at least we are getting a lot better in the liberty desire. Well, it's reduced a little bit, I suppose. They do have a bit more prestige again. Or we may... Oh. Burma request to support independence. That we support their independence. Burma. So that's a prison. I don't know if I'll be able to support, really. They got... Yeah, no, I'm gonna decline that one. Well, I do appreciate the thought. It's just, I don't think I'm quite ready to fight against the British for your independence. That's gonna be a little bit too much. The British Empire is still the #1 in the power blocks. Standard of living is still over 10 at least, which is, you know, it's not the best, but it's honestly not that bad in the end. Population is still pretty high. How's the population? Okay, so we still got 19 million in the lower strata. We got about 1.5 million in the middle strata, I suppose. And then 70,000 in the upper strata. Let's have a look at the charts. So peasants still make about 65% of the population. Labor is about 20%. And clerks make over 4%. And the political strength, peasants actually do have quite a bit of strength there. Aristocrats also have quite a bit, and capitalists have a lot. Everyone's Korean. And religion-wise, we're mostly Confucian, I believe. Double check that. Yeah, Confucian. I mean, you know, we could see it from the chart that most of them are Confucian, but I just wanted to check the state religion. Right, so rifling is going to be done soon-ish. And I'm not entirely sure which is going to start spreading next. It's going to be one of these 3. I'm hoping for triage, actually. Philanthropy. We either get 20% success chance, or encourage charitable giving, which means minimum expected standard of living for the upper strata, and standard of living for the lower strata, and 10% chance. I think, you know what, I'm going to take that. Still 74% chance of passing the taxation law, so it's not going to be that bad. And that's honestly going to be quite a bit of good stuff in there. Now, how much are we still losing taxation? £21,000. That's still quite a significant amount. So we do need to increase the bureaucracy quite a bit still. Actually, is that... the percentage-wise is not bad, or as bad as it used to be, though, so I suppose there's that. So the better taxation law will definitely help already. Oh, and that's Beijing's been occupied. I think Jing is going to lose their war here. It's just a matter of time. Where is their capital right now, actually? Is it Beijing? It is Beijing. So yeah, they've lost their capital now, so they should be losing the war fairly soon. Or sooner or later, anyway. And we got on our GDP almost back to 15 million. So I'm pretty sure that once China has, you know, reunified again, our GDP will probably hit to, I don't know, 16, maybe even 17 million. Because in the meanwhile, while they are fighting... Oh, there's another motor industries as well being built. But we are getting less and less reliant on their economy right now because we're building more and more stuff locally. Of course, the market currently is looking a little bit worse for wear. But we'll get the ammunition going, so we can actually switch our military to skirmish infantry. And maybe some other things as well, but skirmish infantry in particular is going to be very important. Getting the fertilizer production would be quite nice. There's not as high demand for opium right now, although it's still fairly high. And paper is still pretty high in demand. Is there anything else that I could do? No, probably won't be able to do that in war anyway. Oh, but there we go. The prestige has dropped. So now we are approaching the high liberty desire fairly quickly. We'll need to get to 90 liberty desire to actually demand independence. Forces exchange grant independence. Oh. Right, the aristocrat revolt took over. And now they're back to Great Qing. So did that change the... No, yeah, we're back to 50. They got quite a bit more prestige than we do. So the liberty desire is now dropping again. But I can then go ahead and request... Oh, they would actually support regime. Okay, so we don't actually want to take that one. I could request the market control, which they would, of course, allow us to take. But that's going to allow us to get a little bit more liberty desire at least. Yeah, they denied the market control. So the liberty desire is slowly dropping. The prestige is still pretty high. Economy is still pretty entangled, but we just got the taxation law actually passed. Oh my goodness, the market is looking pretty dire. Oh boy. It's going to take probably a few moments for things to reorganize. Oh, but we've got 21 million in GDP now. Wow, that is massive. With number 11 in the world. Oh, is there another war going on? Oh yeah, Jing is fighting now in the Cambodia versus Great Britain. That might explain a little bit why there's a massive demand for everything. Well, I suppose our ammunition plant and small arms factories are going to be making a lot of profit. And now with the extra taxes, even though we are building many things... okay, now we'll reduce the construction side of things a little bit. We are making £8,000 per week of a profit. We've got still a decent bit of bureaucracy. Our GDP is still at 20 million. That is actually pretty insane. I mean, how much do the Chinese have? They got almost 100 million, though. So it's still about 5 to 1. But that is a massive jump in the quantity for sure. Home Affairs invest into level 2. There we go. So, ammunition and small arms, we need tons and tons of it. So, Man of Wars are right. So we've got that one built. Let's go ahead and privatize that one. There's going to be quite a bit of demand for ships. Locally especially. I mean, there's local consumption of 7. So we're already providing most of that. Then anything extra goes to Jing, I suppose. Okay, now the GDP is dropping a little bit. It wasn't nice while it lasted. We were briefly at least over 20 million. And our liberty desire, yeah, is currently going down. They got a lot more prestige. And our economies are still very much entangled. Although, it's not quite as bad anymore. They don't own quite as much from our GDP anymore, so that definitely helps. And yeah, the GDP difference, they've got a bit more than 5 times our GDP currently. Oh, because we just dropped to 17 million. Right, there might be a lot less demand for the military stuff now. There's still quite a bit, mind you, but it's, yeah, it's stabilized now. Did they actually... Oh, yeah, they got truce now, so yeah, they don't have all the militaries active. We have not gotten our munitions plant yet. We did at least get the explosive factory. But that is, of course, not actually providing anything currently. But yeah, while the liberty is dropping, it's not too bad. Now, they might accept giving us the regime support. I'm not going to ask for it, though. Because if they do accept that, then our liberty desire is going to start dropping. But if they were refusing that, we would easily get an extra 10 points of liberty desire there. So that's going to be a little bit tricky to successfully do. We might go ahead and improve relations with Russia in the meanwhile. Because that's going to keep the Korean-Russian League going a little bit stronger. Right now, relations have gone down a little bit. There is a revolt over there. I can declare neutrality on that one. About 17.3 million is still a decent increase from what we had before, the GDP, of all the GDP, but that's still a lot more work to be done. Because we are almost done with the munitions plant, we might go ahead and build a bit more bureaucracy, or government administration. How's the paper situation? Okay, so munitions, yeah, there's... Oh dear, they're supporting our regime. Well, I suppose the legitimacy is going up quite nicely, but at the same time that means that the liberty is dropping very rapidly. So that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, now the munitions plant is being... Well, that's still being built full speed, but now there's 2 buildings being built at a fairly good speed for the private sector as well, so that private sector can build up more and more. And the investment pool is still increasing, actually. I'm thinking maybe I should go ahead and build yet another government administration building somewhere. Or not government administration, construction sector, rather. I'm going to build that in Jiangxia. We'll still do just 1 building at a time for the government side of things, but that should allow the private sector to then increase faster and faster. Now, we're not quite at the limit for our innovation yet. We're getting the rifling in a matter of few weeks. Well, 2 months or so. That will definitely help. Our military is still a little bit on the small side, but once we get the munition plants built, I don't know how much of that is actually going to be producing. I suppose we can check that very shortly. But 50 ammunition, that should be enough for our own army at least. Although it might be a little bit expensive. There we go, the munitions plant is built. We're going to go ahead and privatize that. We're going to go ahead and change the army to skirmish infantry. It will be costly, but it will also increase our prestige quite drastically. Which, to be fair, if we compare it to the Chinese prestige, they've still got much, much higher than we do. They've got 700 right now, so we won't really be able to catch up to them there. But at least... Oh, there we go. Now that we're not doing any construction work, let's go ahead and... where do we need the most... Oh, Yungnam. Okay, so that's going to be the biggest loser in terms of... or, you know, biggest tax waste right now, monetarily wise anyway. We'll go ahead and build another government administration there. The debt is still slowly being paid back. We are paying £5,000 per week for interest, so we can, if we can start reducing the debt a bit further, that'd be helping. Explosive input engine market is pretty bad. There might be then demand for... Oh, right, because the munitions plant. This one's not really in full operation yet. They haven't really hired anyone. But they will soon start making a lot of profit, so they will be providing some explosives. Oh, there we go, rifling unlocked. Against the odds, you know what? We could probably just let them be. So right now, yeah, the weekly balance isn't massive. But I suspect that the demand for explosives is going to be such high that we will be making a bit more of these at least. Well, they still haven't started hiring. Oh, power of the purse is spreading. Okay, let's go ahead and queue that one up. So what was it? Rifling? Let's go ahead and switch the arms industries. For the rifle. So that's going to reduce the iron use a bit more, increase the steel consumption, a bit more tool consumption, but that is going to increase the amount of armament available, or small arms available. And our GDP, well, we're getting 50 prestige from GDP. We are leading producer, or one of the second highest producer of oil. Our naval prestige is at least 9. We get 40 from army, so that has improved a little bit. And that probably will be actually increasing still, because I'm not entirely sure that the entire army has upgraded yet. I know they have, actually. Right, we can't get better artillery yet. Or better cavalry. Well, I suppose lancers are going to be the best cavalry. So never mind. We're currently losing a bit of money, but I suppose that might just be the... Well, the militia cost is probably going to be quite high. But that does mean that the explosive factory can now start hiring. Yeah, there we go. They're providing 5 explosives. Oh, and now it went down a little bit. There's still a lot of buy orders, at least. So sooner or later, the munition production will be fine. Oh, right, interest deactivated. Ah, right, so we lost the... Yeah, we're down to 2 again. That's unfortunate. We are also a little bit over our authority limit. The liquor tax seems to be pretty good. How much do we get? Okay, it's... I'm going to remove the consumption tax. I'm not going to go put in the tea tax in. So we're going to lose a little bit of money, but it's not quite as bad. GDP has dropped quite a bit again. Bit of a shame, but at least we're getting a government administration built very shortly. We are... Oh, friend relation with Russia. An infamous country with horrible reputation has been subject of sharp criticism and stronger rhetoric from leading opposition candidates. Perhaps they have a point. Oh, we got a lot of radicals suddenly. I suppose the standard of living did drop a decent bit. Can I? No, I can't demand anything there. Oh! Oh, their prestige has dropped drastically. Do they have something else that is going on? Don't know, but yeah, their prestige is less than ours. So that might mean pretty good stuff for our Liberty Desire at least. Yeah, it's going up very quickly now. So maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to demand our independence at some point. Well, we don't know yet when we'll be able to utilize that. Okay, so we're letting the private sector take over the construction costs for a little while. We can probably pay off at least a few $100,000 off the debt. So the interest rate will be somewhat reduced, and then, you know, private sector is going to be increasing quite a bit. Did we get the military shipyard already? Yeah, that has been purchased already. There is a decent bit of buy orders for it. So it is making a profit. Not much, mind you, but it is making a profit. And then, I suppose... Right, explosive shortage still. So I'm guessing the explosive factory is not really... Well, they're selling 9 at this point, but there's consumption of 20. So yeah, they've got quite a bit of work to do. Well, I suspect that that's going to be alright. The munitions plant is actually fully employed already. And they need 20 now. The explosive price is going down a little bit. Oh, is this... right, we are trying to privatize this, but no one's purchased it yet. But yeah, it's not making a huge profit, mind you. But there we go, 14,000 per week. That's already close to $500,000 in debt. So once we go below that, we might go ahead and build something again. How are we looking on the tax waste at this point? Still 27,000. Zhengzhou still got quite a bit of work to do. Actually, let's have a look. What do we need in... Well, munitions is still pretty high in demand. I suppose they probably reduced their military size a lot or something. That might actually be it. Why they lost so much of their prestige. The GDP has also dropped a decent bit. But yeah, we got higher prestige than they do. Which kind of means that we might be able to get our independence. Still gonna take a while, mind you, but we're currently at 64 Liberty Desire. Once we get to the high levels over here, we could potentially get independence. But now it's just a matter of trying to get the GDP up a little bit further, which I'm just going to let the private sector do some construction work for now. We are running through the investment pool fairly quickly, mind you. So that might be a problem in the long run. But right now, that's going to build a lot of good stuff. Including another rice farm, actually. Oh, that actually reminds me. If we have a look at the Great Jing, and... Well, actually, no, we need to go to the diplomacy screen. So if we go through the economic entanglement, it's still 2.5 points from there. Yeah, they do still control 20% or more from our GDP. And the GDP difference is still pretty high. Oh, and there we go, there's election results. So we're not trying to pass any laws currently, so let's switch the government a little bit. Just the Conservative Party. Is there any other... Okay, so we can't pass any of those. Not going to pass the homesteading. We could try to pass the interventionism. There's not a huge opposition for it. Other than trade unions would kind of oppose that. Oh no, they actually endorse it. Industrialists are not in the government, so that was would perhaps cause some issues there. Freedom of conscience, there's a little bit of support for it, but not too much. We were unable to go any more broad voting laws for now. Not going to go back to serfdom or tenant farmers. We're not going to switch away from dedicated police force either. I suppose there's not that much opposition for the interventionism, so we could try passing it. I mean, heck, if we can... Oh. Request to support independence. Cambodia requests that we support their independence. Cambodia? No, that's going to be a very bad idea. Is there anyone that I could perhaps ask to support my independence, though? Not really. Oh, Russia's no longer supporting our independence, are they? Nope. I guess so. Yeah, no, we don't have anyone supporting our independence, so we need to increase our military size. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that then. We'll get another 5 infantry. So that's going to be 30. We can probably go ahead and get to... Get another 5 artillery, I reckon. It's going to be quite a bit of a military, which will, of course, pay or cost us quite a bit. But at the same time, that's going to increase our prestige, increase our military size a little bit. So one, it's going to be making it a bit more secure for us. And also, it's going to increase the chances of us maybe getting our independence. I mean, the Chinese army is still relatively large, comparatively. Oh, we got an exile. Well, someone got exiled, rather. Don't know if it's in our nation or not. So we are still improving relations with Russia. I don't know if they would be supporting us in a war. It's actually... So Prussia hasn't expanded too much. There's no Scandinavia yet. Oh, but USA is taking a lot of land here. We've got the modern day border with Mexico already. And how's the GDP difference with Qing? We got 15 million, they got 82. Okay, but they got the third highest GDP in the world. Our GDP is 13, so there's 10 spots in between, or difference in there. Right, so psychiatry is going to be the next research. I suppose the fractional distillation, yeah, that's the one that is spreading. I mean, there's no other options there, so that makes it a little bit easier. I don't know which is going to start spreading in here. Dialects would be okay for the universities. Central banking would be okay. More minting and less interest rate. Postal savings. There's so many things in the society text in here that I just want to get to. Are we... Oh, we could actually have another university. I'm going to go ahead and get another one. Probably... Well, actually, no, we'll get that in our capital. Increase the throughput even more for the existing ones. So with all the barracks that we're building, it's going to take a while before we've gotten all of that sorted out. At least the private sector is still getting the classwork built. That's going to be 2 weeks for that. Oh, we're getting another artillery foundry as well. That could be actually very handy. I mean, I suppose if we have a look at the market, artillery is actually not in that high demand, but it'll probably help. Paper is definitely in very high demand though, and coal is in fairly high demand. A bit of oil, but there's not that much oil that we can provide is the problem. Opium is very high demand, but I suppose... No, we don't have any convoys to really spare for that. Got debate failed, but that's unfortunate. We could go ahead and get another port down here. Start getting a bit more convoys going so we can do more trading, because right now we're getting, well, actually only 1,400 pounds a week from tariffs. Let me double check then. How are the trade routes? Well, I mean, we had... Oh, yeah, we're importing a lot of paper. And a little bit of exporting of alcohol to Japan. The psychiatry is going to be done soon enough, so that's going to improve the construction efficiency. It's not necessarily going to be a huge bonus in there, but I'm sure that is going to help at least a little bit. And there's a bit more army size, so we should be reaching 50 battalions. We'll probably get this to 60 battalions total. Sooner or later. And then how's the Liberty Design now? We are still getting 0.17 per week. Our economies are still pretty entangled, and they are still supporting our regime, but the fact that they don't have enough prestige, we currently have about equal prestige. So yeah, that's oh, psychiatry unlocked. We could boost our... Yeah, we'll boost our farms. We now got 16 million in GDP. That's slowly improving at least, and right, we're getting another lead mine. There's still quite a bit of government construction going on. The private sector, or the investment pool, is slowly growing. Not very quickly, mind you, slowly. And I'm hoping that the interventionism will actually get some boost in there, because right now... Oh, central banking is spreading. Right, that's going to be very useful. And then after fractional distillation, it's going to be the baking powder. We know that much already. So after that, it's... well, I suppose it's going to be another military thing, which is going to be either hydraulic cranes or triage. No bread, no freedom. Yeah, we can get a little more basic, or a minimum wage, I suppose. Right, so we've got 160... Oh, right, our prestige has dropped a little bit. How's Jing's prestige looking like? They've got 198, so they do have a little bit more than us. But I suppose our military is increasing in size, so that's probably going to give us a bit more... Well, I hope that we're going to get more prestige. Now, GDP is still suffering a little bit, and we're no longer... Oh, right, we're not that high of a producer for the oil anymore. Other people are starting to get the oil pumps going. So that's going to be a bit of a problem then. And we're actually still losing money while building, but to be fair, the debt is less than 500,000 still. If we stop construction work for a little while, that's going to be getting us quite a bit more money back. So we should be able to pay off the loans fairly quickly. Oh, actually, now we're already getting money since we all built... Oh, wait, no, we are building the port. Okay, so we are going to be losing some more money. But the university is going to be done fairly shortly, I suppose. It's actually the same construction cost on those. We got 16.5 million GDP. I'm hoping that we're going to at least get to 20 million again soon enough. Oh, another debate failed. Okay, so we should be getting one setback in here, but that's then going to reset the checkpoint stuff. Oh, we're getting a tooling workshop. And another paper mill, that's going to be very useful. And another shipyard. I don't know if we need a lot of shipyards, mind you, but I guess it's not the worst. Let's have a look. So the man of wars, there's a bit of shortage of those. Don't think there's a shortage of clippers. No, there's actually overabundance. Legislative failures. Right, so that's resets those. It's still going to be a bit of a gamble on trying to get the interventionism, but that would allow us to have even more production. Or rather, a bit more investment pool, I reckon. And thus allowing us to do some more stuff. Legitimacy isn't too bad. Liberty Design is still growing, although they are about to hit the 1.5 times prestige, I reckon. Although we haven't managed to get ours back to 165. The army power protection is improving. We are now 50 battalions total, so yeah, that does definitely help. The GDP, that's a bit of a problem there, I suppose. And how's the Arts Academy looking like? It's not necessarily making a huge profit. There is a lot more sell orders than buy orders. I'm going to stop subsidizing this one, so it might drop the production quite a bit. But it's also reducing some of the expenses that we have. So I think that'll be mostly okay. The university will be done soon. Yeah, 3 more weeks, and that's going to get us back to topped off on innovation. So we can get more and more stuff going in there. Revolution in Indochina. Not entirely sure where it is, but apparently there was something going on. Now, how's Europe looking? Okay, so yeah, Prussia still hasn't unified the areas. Austria is still pretty strong. Oh, Egypt's having a bit of a revolution. Aristocrats in there as well. Okay, seems to be pretty common for the aristocrats to do revolts this run. There we go, 16.8 million in GDP. We're number 12 in the list. Actually, how much of a difference do we have to the next one? Italy is quite a bit ahead of us, so we are above Belgium now. So there's that. Oh, Spain and Italy. Okay, so those are over 20 million, and we got quite a bit of work to do to catch up on those. Croatian's got 85 million, so that's still something like 5.5 times our GDP. On the bright side, at least the private sector is doing a lot of work on... Actually, the investment pool is still increasing, even though we're just working on one building at a time. We're making a small amount of money, although it is a very, very small amount of money currently. Is there still some event? No, the interest is a bit. There's some subsidies going on, but that's mostly for the railways. Suppose we can have a look at that real quick. What is the subsidies? Well, there's still an art academy that is getting subsidies. Where is this one? I thought I stopped the... Was there another art academy that was getting subsidies? Oh, debate success. There we go. 24%. We'll revoke the subsidies over there. That's actually going to save us a lot of money. The railways do still need their subsidies, of course, but that's allowing us to at least make a bit more cash, and thus pay off some more loans. We're down to about 1/3 mind you. And we're going to get another port built, which means a bit more trade going. There we go. We can also let the debt go down a little bit further before we start building another thing. Let the private sector get some more goodies underway. There is a lot of industries that we're building right now, so that's actually good to see. Well, 16.9 million, which is quite nice in total GDP, and then I suppose the tech, so we're going to get the fractional distillation in a matter of about 3 months or so. And then we'll get the power to purse, which is already slightly spreading in there, but it's not very quick in that. We still don't have any education laws, mind you, so that's a bit of a problem. We won't be getting the literature rate up anytime soon, until we get something to that effect. Standard of living is fluctuating a little bit, but still hovering around 10, which isn't too bad. We've got quite a bit of radicals, though. And, yeah, I suppose the... Well, actually, we've got fairly good legitimacy. So we do still have more loyalists, although maybe not quite enough. There we go, that's down to less than 250,000 in debt. We'll go ahead and maybe build one more... Okay, Zhengzhou is going to get another government administration. It's going to get a total of 10 of them. So where do we have the highest... Oh, we got 9 urban centers already in our capital. We just get a little bit more stuff built there. We are going to get another shipyard, actually. Can we actually see how much do we have the points? Oh, 940. Oh. So we need another 60 then. But I believe that shipyard will give how much urbanization? 20. Okay, so yeah, it's not going to be too many buildings to build in our capital, and then we'll get the urbanization done. We're not quite at 17 million yet in GDP. Population is still increasing fairly quickly. What's this then? Johor is having a bit of a... Okay, yeah, they're having a bit of a revolution there. Still haven't got the interventionism, though. I mean, we've, well, yeah, we haven't actually gotten any proper successes there. We've gotten a slightly better chance of passing the law, mind you. So that's definitely helping us. There's no, well, there's an 11% chance for the stall. That's a bit of a problem, but I think we can manage that. Hey, debate success, there we go, 34% now. And fractional distillation done. That's going to unlock the... I don't think there's a lot of demand for liquor, though. There's still such a... Yeah, there's way too much anyway, so the groceries are going to be the better option there anyway. But actually, I do see we are out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll show you the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, until next time, bye-bye.